So, today is our second session on meditation or mindfulness. So, let me pick up a topic. The Eastern wisdom shows the path, practice, and progress into permanent state of happiness. So, I'm answering your question in a different way, Sergey, according to the traditional wisdom. And that traditional wisdom is Eastern wisdom that includes yoga, tantra, mantra, mindfulness, meditation, kundalini, mudra, more than 52 groups of practices. They have a common principle. Like your iPhone, Android phone, window phone, principle is the same. Outer expression is different, right? So, this Eastern wisdom is more than 6,000 years old. We have 3,000 texts and more than 3,000 teachers. Every teacher follows the same principle. Now, what is Eastern wisdom? It is an instrument of knowledge that helps me to discover my true nature in the state of meditation. So, what is that true nature? Our true nature is permanent peace, permanent happiness, love, wisdom, and truth. Clear? So, every knowledge has an objective, that means the goal. Every instrument of knowledge gives us a specific knowledge. Sense organs are also the instrument of knowledge. So when you wake up, all your sense organs are active and alive, and it gives you the knowledge of the world outside. Here is my husband, here is my wife, here are my parents, this is what I do, this is the shape of my body, this is the time. Without the sense organs, we cannot have the knowledge of the external world. But can the sense organ find out who am I? The answer is no. The
Open.
sense organs are always open to the world outside. It cannot open. Cannot face inside. The moment you close your eyes, the sense organ cannot see you. They have a limited range. They cannot find out who you are. But if you have a wrong notion, you say, I am the body, and my eyes is looking at the body. But are you the body? It means if you say, I am the body, then you see, this is my body? Yes. And after that, you say, this is, I am the body. It means when you say, this is my car and I am the car. Come on, drop that wrong notion. Where I use the word my, it cannot be me. My body, my mind, my intellect, my ego is not who am I. So sense organ fails to understand and find out they are not perfect instruments to discover who am I. Are you clear? Then we have a mind and intellect as an instrument that understands the laws governing this material world, the physics, the chemistry, the biology, the astronomy. the geology, neurosciences, virology. The virologists are becoming very famous. Everyone has their opinion. How we have to find out what is this coronavirus and how to control it. So this mind and intellect are also the instrument of knowledge that defines, redefines, and understands the laws governing the material world. Is anything in the material world is I am? Look at the world outside. House. Am I the house? No. Look at the ocean. Am I the ocean? No. This is not me. So the science discovers and aims at understanding what is not me, the entire material world. Can you tell me any science, branches of the science, who has a protocol to understand who am I? Psychology understands the mind, the physics understands the material world and the physical phenomena, the chemistry understands the elements, and the biology understands the physiology and biochemistry and neurophysiology and long list. Which science understands who am I, whose main objective is to know who am I? There is no science. So, where to take help? Take the help of these teachers. So, when I say Eastern wisdom is an instrument of knowledge, what is the objective? To know who am I. Means my true nature. And the highest process is, highest method is meditation. Meditation is like, I'm just giving a simile. Meditation is like a telescope. You look into the sky with naked eyes, you cannot see any stars, but with the help of the telescope, you can see the stars. With the instrument of Eastern wisdom as a knowledge, you can see, you can experience your own true nature. So, meditation is that telescope. Meditation is that telescope. I'm making it simpler. Then it's not a deeper practices that we are doing, so I'm making it very simple. So, telescope is that, like the telescope, the meditation is that method, that practice, that instrument, that device by which I know myself, my true nature. So, with the naked eyes, you look into the sky, you say, "Oh, I don't believe you, there are no stars." With your naked eyes, you cannot see. Where is the coronavirus? You cannot see without electron microscope. So, you have to use a special instrument. Then you believe it. So, we are using a special instrument that is Eastern wisdom. And it's one of the devices. Meditation, mindfulness. Only difference. Only difference that lot of scientists create, manufacture telescope. You bring the telescope to your home and you see the stars. But here in meditation, you have yourself have to practice meditation. You yourself have to understand the process. What is meditation? What are the steps? Every subtle thing that you have to do yourself. Why? Why? Let me practice meditation for you. Is it possible? Is it possible? There are many things that are possible in the world. Huh? I have lot of money and you need money, and you are in debt. I can spare some money to you and ease the burden. Right? It is possible. Huh? You have three houses, so I don't have. So you say, okay, come on, beer guy, I can give you one house to live in. You are homeless, so become. But if you are hungry, can I eat for you? No, I cannot eat for you. Such a small thing. You have an urge to go to restroom. Can I go for you? No, I cannot go for you. You have to take charge of yourself, of these normal functioning of the body and the mind. Similarly, if you do not take charge to change your mind so that this mind can reflect our true nature, you have to take charge of the meditation. So, when I say you take charge of that meditation, which means what? From A to G, you have to understand what is meditation, what are the steps in meditation, how to practice it. Not only that, you have to continue the journey until you reach to a meditative state. What happens? At present, in these sessions, it is like a farmer working on the mind. The farmer working in the field, what they do? They plow the field, then they sow the seed, they put the fertilizer, they put the water, and after that they wait until the sapling grows. That sapling is the meditative state. So we have just started working on meditation. Did you understand that? I always say the seed does not become a tree overnight, right? Seed does not become a tree overnight, it takes time. Knowledge of meditation is realized in stages. Now, going back to the same example of the farmer. First, you water the field, then you sow the seed, and then you plow the field. All the seeds are wasted, destroyed. You cannot have a plant. Did you understand that? Similarly, in the journey of meditation, we should follow what should we? We should follow the steps as spoken, as as taught by our masters. You have a chip in your phone, and that chip has a binary. I don't understand too much, but I'm just giving an example. If the chip has even a little defect, the phone will not work, right? If any step is done without understanding, with a false notion, meditation never happens. You may relax, the eyes are closed, mind is moving. By those simple practices, you can definitely relax. Do you understand? You may relax. You may relax by different pills also. You may relax by marijuana also, but relaxation is not meditation. Meditation is much deeper than that. Relaxation is a byproduct of meditation. Feeling a tremendous energy is a byproduct of meditation. So we have three steps, fundamental, and then I will start talking about it in future sessions if more people will join. First step is listening and learning the principles. Second step is contemplating and thinking over the principles. As you are a thinker, you think a lot. Yes, that's good. But think in a particular direction based on the principles. If we are thinking and thinking on different topics at the same time, that is known as confusion. But thinking based on the principle, the mind moves on a similar line, is known as right thinking and contemplation. Am I right, Dennis? You see, simple things. So once we think in a particular direction, the way the scientists think, they have a goal in their mind. So we keep that goal in the mind and we continue to contemplate and think. That is known in the journey of Eastern wisdom. The word is used as mananam means contemplation and reflection to for clarity and conviction in the intellect and remove all the doubts. Remove all the doubts. And the third, once we have a conviction, then we practice and we get the right result. This is just the beginning, a tip of the iceberg to start the journey of mindfulness and meditation. So once we open up the principles and then we understand, then we start understanding how deeper the inner space is. We have not found out what is the material world outside. Some people say we have many galaxies and the stars and many solar systems. There is no end to this space. And we claim we have taken a step on the Mars and the moon. But we have hardly taken a single step inside us. Going to the Mars will not give you the permanent happiness because the happiness lies within you. You go too far from yourself, go to the Mars or Saturn or the Sun. Permanent happiness is not there. So the pointer today is permanent happiness and the peace and the love and the wisdom are within me. I have to discover that following the path of the Eastern wisdom. But we have to take the right step. One master, beautiful, wonderful master says, first plow the field, then sow the seed, put the fertilizer, water it. The moment you miss any step in a right manner, the sapling of meditation will not happen. That is why we say it is a master and a disciple tradition. That is why we have to learn it from a teacher. who tells you, who explains you these principles. After that, it's your job to think and contemplate, question it, continue to move the mind in that direction of the principle to make your mind and intellect clear, followed by the practice. You always succeed. Don't be so serious. It's an easy thing to do. Don't be so serious. It's very easy. It's a play and a fun. So let us start a simple meditation, mindfulness practice today. Close your eyes. So I will take this weekly session from, let me start from today, step by step. So every session will be a, a step forward. So in the stage one of the practice, so I have divided into different stages. First step is the preparatory phase, plowing the field. What is that? Close your eyes. Why? Sense organ cannot find me. Sense organ always find others. So that's why I close my eyes. If you do it with that understanding, this mind will not become crazy. Yes, and then position of the body. There is no unease. Your eyes are closed. There are two things. You feel a sensation of steadiness in the body, and the mind is looking inside. You see the space, good. You see any thought, good. But mind is facing within. What it takes, simple awareness. In the stage one, we move to the next step, that is settling the body, telling the mind this is the way to meditate, and keep looking within. Not within me, within yourself. So, looking at the neck joint, mind looks at the neck joint. We are educating the mind. This is the way. The mind looks at the neck joint. Be there. You feel the sensation being comfortable and steadiness. Shoulder joints, mind is there. What is your experience, sensation, being comfortable and steadiness? Mind on the hip joint, feel the sensation, being comfortable and steadiness. The entire body, the mind goes looking at the entire body. You feel the sensation, you're comfortable, and you experience the steadiness. So, when we experience a sense of comfort and a sense of steadiness in the body, the stage one is done. So, in the following week, I'll take another aspect of it so that you can gradually, step by step, go deeper. Now, stage two. In the stage two, in the beginning, it is always good to purify the mind and balance this energy. Why the body continues to move? Many reasons. One of the reasons is this energy is prana, this energy, life energy, is hijacked by the mind that is seeking pleasure outside. So it constantly moves the body. It reacts, it resists. So we have to do two things. First, the purification of the mind, and balance of the energy in a simple way, in two steps. So, in this, we have a simple step. Look deep inside the forehead in the space and start breathing short and quick breath from both the nostrils into the chest. Continue with the nostrils, both the nostrils. Continue. And stop this. And the next step would be to move the mind on the major parts of the body where this energy is released by the practice. So move the mind on the head and the neck. So where the mind is, it is on the head and the neck. Where the mind is, there the life energy goes. So you are moving the mind on the head and the neck. You experience sensation which is deeper. You experience relaxation and you experience stillness. The mind goes to the right arm, feeling the sensation. Relaxation and still. I don't feel it. Let us see. Move the mind on the left arm. So move the mind on the left arm from the left shoulder, gently and softly, as if the mind is touching the skin of the left arm. Mind, not the body. From the shoulder to the fingertips. And just be there. There is no reason you will not feel deepening of the sensation, relaxation, and you discover, oh, the body becomes still on its own. If you are aware, you will not move the body. Now move the mind on the rib cage. Rib cage, where the mind is on the rib cage. Feeling the presence, that is where the mind is. So mind has to gather the experience. And that experience is sensation, relaxation, and stillness. We understood today that relaxation is a byproduct of meditation. Move the mind on the stomach. Now I will solve one puzzle. So you see the body, there is a movement of the belly because of the breath. And I say you experience sensation, relaxation, and stillness. So, what is the point of knowledge? It is the stillness in the body. It is not the stillness of the body. The stillness of the body is the death of the body. Why it should meditate? It cannot. Now, can you really pick up this? Move the mind on the right leg? If you don't pick up, I'll explain in the following session. So, move the mind on the right leg. Be there. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Move the mind on the left leg. Feel the sensation, relaxation, and stillness. The entire body. The entire body from the top to the toes. Sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Stage 2 is done. Now we are going to the stage 3. So here we use the breath, normal breathing, no change, with the mantra to help the mind to live within. So when the mind is living within for a sufficient period of time, when the seed is sown and the seed lives within for a sufficient period of time, when it is already watered with the fertilizer, what happens? The sapling grows. So, what is this step? Very easy. Look at the breath. Breath is going in and out. Very good. So, the moment the breath goes in, look inside the forehead and drop the mantra Shantoham. When the breath comes out, drop the mantra Shantoham in the outer space. Every time the breath goes in, you look inside the forehead and drop the mantra Shantoham. This, any point inside the forehead, can take us to the center of wisdom, the center of knowledge. It triggers, the mind goes deeper. So, what we are using a normal breathing pattern. Oh, the breath goes in. We look inside the forehead, Shantoham. Shantoham means I'm the peace. The breath comes out. You see the space and drop Shantoham. Casual, natural, no effort at all. I could see the stillness in the body of all of you. That is really wonderful. And that is not enforced stillness. We have earned the stillness. How? Through the mind. Yes, other thoughts will come and intrude into this step. What should you do when they enter? Do nothing, just recognize. Change the lane. When you drive and you see the right and the left lane, you see the vehicle in the front and the rear. So these intruders will definitely attack you. You simply change the lane. What does that means? That you don't leave Shantoham. You don't leave awareness inside the forehead. And now we change the location. The heart. The breath goes in, looking inside the heart, Shantoham. The breath is coming out. You see the space in front of you and drop Shantoham there. Shantoham means I'm the peace. I'm the peace. So this center also causes lot of challenges if we do not understand this center. At the surface, we have millions of desires, fulfilled, unfulfilled, semi fulfilled, and that triggers the emotion and it goes into the mind. From the mind, it says, leave this practice. That is why we see that we had a lot of people in the first session. They are absent in this. So when the breath goes in, understand another way. When the breath is like a highway, or a breath is like a car driving in the highway of the space or darkness inside, and the driver is the mind. Driver says Shantoham. Driver says Shantoham. Simple. And now pick up the third center, that is the center of action. If we don't have a right knowledge, if we don't know the steps clearly, we have no understanding, the action is always faulty. So, what we are doing the same thing. Breath is going in, look inside the belly button, or look inside the stomach and drop Shantoham. Breath comes out, mind goes with it. Shantoham, Shantoham. Action comes from the right thinking. Right thinking comes from the right knowledge. So when we have a right knowledge, then we can have a right desire. And the right desire is implemented by the right action. So Buddha uses samyak, means right. Right thought, right speech, right action, and above it, right knowledge. Continue. Simple. You need not to think too much. The breath is going in, casually look inside the stomach, maybe the space, drop Shantoham. Breath comes out, drop Shantoham. So you are dropping Shantoham inside the belly button when the breath goes in, and dropping into the space in front Shantoham when the breath comes out, but in the state of sensation, relaxation, and stillness. Sometime the mind will attack with lot of crazy thoughts and move the body. Simply change the lane once you are aware of it. And yes, sometimes the mind tries to fall into lazy sleepiness. So when you listen to me, become aware and continue the journey. Simple practice with clear understanding of the principles taught to us by great masters of this wisdom always succeeds. And I'll drop the Shanto hum. What is left? That is our next step. Breath is going in and out, you know it. So, second point, when the breath goes in, you feel the sensation of the breath inside the nose. Third point, you do not change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. So, what I'm doing, actually, I'm doing nothing. I'm simply looking at the breath. Why I'm looking at the breath going in and out? Because the mind will run away, make me unconscious, habitual. So it is, you shake hand with the mind at the equal level. Mind, I'm not saying you to do anything. Do not control anything, just looking at the breath. Mind, simply look at the breath that is going in and out. And whatever the knowledge you get, you feel the sensation, so experience that. And then you tell your mind that, okay, you do nothing. You need not to even change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. The mind will play the trick. Sometime it will try to move the body. Sometime the mind will say, oh, your body is feeling too much. Change it. What should we do? Do nothing. When you take a small kid into the superstore, the kid is excited looking at different things and pleading you, buy this thing, buy this thing, buy this thing, buy everything. What you do? You change the direction of the kid. So when the mind is, your mind is playing the tricks with you, again remember, recall the 3 points. To ask the mind what I was doing. Oh, I was looking at the breath. So let me look at the breath first. What was the second thing? I was feeling this sensation. What was the third? No. I need not to change the rate and the rhythm of the breath. Once you recall and remember the 3 points, the mind will not be tempted by any thought. It may take time. So, this is our stage 4. And the next stage, 5, is doing nothing. When you do nothing, still you experience. Check it. Does the mind returns to the breath? Does the mind returns deeper within? Does this mind enjoys that moment of calmness and living within? Recognize it in the state of doing nothing. We tend to practice meditation without understanding the principles. You cannot create any gadget without the principles in the science. But then we say, who cares? Meditation. Close my eyes and do it. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Bring your mind on the right hand. Feel the change before and now. Move the mind on the left hand. Experience the change before and now. And open your eyes slowly. During the corona time, we do not put our hands on our eyes. So let's share our experiences a while. How are you, Sergey? I'm yes.
I feel like uh, closer to the end of the session, I feel that my mind becoming sleepy, as you mentioned. That's a kind of like a laziness that nothing happens outside. That's why mind trying to shut down. I believe like that's kind of economy system.
Yeah.
Uh,
So yes, go ahead.
and it tries to move out, but it's somewhere in the middle between of a that's a kind of a daydreaming, and I'm always trying to get it back. Like, hey, please come back.
This mind is our worst enemy, and the mind is our greatest friend. So
Depends on an angle.
when the mind lives in ignorance, it moves like a pendulum, like the kid. No, Dad, I need candy. And Dad says no. What the kid does then? Starts crying. First starts pleading, second starts crying. So same thing happens to the mind. When you hold on into the practice of meditation, mind says, oh, you don't allow me to go out. I'll make you lazy. So it starts falling into unconsciousness. We need not to worry about it. We need practice, regular practice. And sometime mind becomes more powerful than the steps in the practices because it loses track of it. So the mind goes out, it becomes crazy, it starts moving the body. So that is, mind is our worst enemy. We have to make it our friend. Hold on. Continue the practice this week, and then we will see what happens. And how are you, Dennis?